Osaka at night, where the neon gods of Namba blaze like a fever dream, painting the sky in electric pinks and blues. The streets hum with life, a symphony of laughter, clinking glasses, and the sizzle of takoyaki stalls. But darling, if you think the heart of Osaka's nightlife beats only on these glittering main drags, you're missing the real pulse. Slip away from the crowds, down those shadowy alleys where the lights flicker just a bit softer, and you'll find the city's true soul whispering in the dark. These are Osaka's hidden gems, intimate speakeasies, pulsing underground clubs, and quirky cafes that don't shout for attention, but reward those who seek them out. Ready to peel back the curtain? Let's dive into the night. Namba's Dotonbori is a riot of color, the Glycoman sign grinning down like a mischievous deity. But turn a corner and the chaos fades into narrow backstreets, where lanterns cast a golden glow on crumbling facades. These alleys are where Osaka hides its secrets, tucked behind unassuming doors and down stairwells that smell faintly of sake and mystery. It's a world apart from the tourist-packed izakayas, a place where locals and in-the-know travelers trade stories over drinks that taste like rebellion. Tonight, we're not just bar hopping. We're chasing the essence of Osaka's underground, where every sip, every beat, every whispered conversation feels like a stolen moment. First stop, a speakeasy that doesn't beg for your attention. Bar Nayuta, tucked near Triangle Park in Amerikamura, is the kind of place you'd walk past 100 times and never notice. No sign, just a jet-black facade and a stack of unrelated posters for a concert venue and an eyelash salon. But push through that unremarkable door, and you're in another world. The air is thick with the scent of aged whiskey and fresh herbs, and the dim light dances off shelves lined with glittering baccarat glasses. There's no menu here. Just tell the bartender your mood, and they'll conjure a cocktail that feels like it was made for your soul. Maybe it's a smoky mezcal number with a hint of yuzu, or a gin concoction kissed with rosemary. One ex-user raved about shazamming the music here, and trust me, the jazz-heavy playlist is as seductive as the drinks. Osaka's speakeasies are a nod to the city's post-war grit, when black markets thrived, and hidden bars were sanctuaries for rebels dodging curfews. Back then, Osaka was rebuilding from the ashes of World War II, and places like these were where artists, musicians, and dreamers gathered to defy the grayness of the era. The Bible Club Osaka, another gem, channels that defiant spirit with its pre-prohibition vibe. Tucked in Shinsaibashi, it's all vintage crystal glassware and bartenders who move like alchemists. Their Serendipity cocktail, a heady mix of bourbon, bitters, and secrets, costs about 1,800 yen but feels priceless when it hits your lips. The decor, with its dark wood and velvet curtains, wraps you in a cocoon of old-world glamour, while the faint hum of conversation feels like a shared conspiracy. Then there's Bar Shiki in Higashi Shinsaibashi, where Nakichi-san, the self-proclaimed cocktail magician, reigns supreme. Tell him you're craving something spicy, and he'll whip up a chili-infused vodka martini that burns just right. The bar's tiny, maybe 10 seats at the counter, but it's a masterclass in intimacy. You're not just drinking, you're part of a ritual, surrounded by locals who nod approvingly as Nakaichi-san works his magic. These speakeasies aren't just bars, they're time machines, pulling you into Osaka's rebellious past, while seducing you with every sip. But let's crank up the tempo. The night's young, and Osaka's underground clubs are calling. Slip down a graffiti-streaked stairwell in Amerikamura, and you'll find Club Circus, a shoebox-sized venue where the bass hits like a heartbeat. This isn't your glossy mega club. It's raw, sweaty, and alive. The sound system is a beast, pumping out everything from techno to hip-hop, with DJs like local legend DJ Yon spinning tracks that make your bones vibrate. On weekends, the crowd's a kaleidoscope of Osaka's youth. Fashion students in thrift store couture, salarymen loosening their ties, and expats chasing the high of a perfect night. Cover charges hover around 2,000 yen, but the energy is worth every coin. For something heavier, Hokage in Amerikamura is your dive into Osaka's hardcore scene. This basement club is a glorious mess. Think red and black checkered floors, band stickers peeling off the walls, and a crowd that moshes like it's their last night on Earth. It's tiny, with the band taking up half the space, blurring the line between performer and audience. The music's loud, metal, noise, punk, and the beer's cheap, about 500 yen a can. If you need a breather, the lower basement bar has ramshackle sofas and decor straight out of a horror movie, complete with insect display cases. One night here, I watched a local band called Noisebleed Shred, so hard the crowd spilled their drinks in ecstasy. It's chaotic, unpolished, and utterly Osaka. Then there's Sokore in Kitahori, a polished yet rebellious spot with hardwood floors and a proper stage. It's where you'll catch indie pop acts or math rock bands like Toe, whose intricate riffs feel like they're rewiring your brain. The vibe's less frenetic than Hokage, but no less immersive. Think serious music fans nodding along, drinks in hand as the sound washes over them. Shows here start around 8 p.m., with tickets usually under 3,000 yen. Osaka's music scene is a tapestry of genres, and these venues are its beating heart, stitching together locals and wanderers in a shared love of sound. Now, let's pause and soak it in. Osaka's underground isn't just about the drinks or the music, it's about the people. Picture a montage of moments. A tattooed bartender at RBCB Rock Bar Cherry Bomb pouring a frothy Asahi while chatting about tacos. Taco Tuesdays are a steal at 300 yen. A group of friends at Cinquecento clinking martini glasses, 500 yen each, all night long, laughing over a shared joke. An elderly couple in Hozenji Yokocho, savoring okonomiyaki at Yakuzan, their hands brushing as they share a bite. This is Osaka's soul, unfiltered and warm, far from the tourist traps and selfie sticks. But a word to the wise, tread lightly. Osaka's underground thrives on respect. Keep your voice down in those narrow alleys. Sound carries, and locals cherish their peace. At speakeasies, don't snap photos without asking. The vibe's intimate, and flashbulbs kill the mood. And, please, no rowdy antics. Osaka's nightlife is safe. You can walk alone at 3 a.m. without a worry. But that's because everyone plays nice. Embrace the etiquette, and you'll be welcomed like family. Ignore it, and you're just another tourist stomping on the city's charm. Let me take you back to my own Osaka nights, when I stumbled into these hidden worlds. One humid evening, I wandered into Matera Kaikan, a multi-tenant building in Shinsaibachi's American village that's equal parts gritty and magical. The basement felt like a fever dream. Dim lights, graffiti-covered walls, and a bar called Daigoro's, packed with manga and acoustic guitars. Daigoro himself, a wiry guy with a quick laugh, poured me a 600 yen whiskey and played a Nirvana track on request. I ended up chatting with a manga artist who sketched my portrait on a napkin. That's the kind of night Matera delivers, unscripted, unforgettable, and so very Osaka. Another gem, Bar Nayuta, where I spent an hour sipping a bespoke cocktail that tasted like a summer storm, gin, lavender, and a whisper of chili. The bartender, a quiet guy with a knack for reading people, nailed it when I said I wanted something bold but soft. It was 1,500 yen well spent, and the music, think Nina Simone meets modern lo-fi, wrapped the night in velvet. Then there was the time I caught a set at Fandango, a legendary live house in North Osaka. The band, a psych rock outfit called Kikagaku Moyo, played a set so hypnotic, I forgot to blink. Tickets were 2,500 yen, and I left with my heart full and my ears ringing. Osaka's underground isn't just a scene, it's a feeling. It's the burn of a perfectly mixed cocktail, the throb of a bass line in your chest, the warmth of a stranger's smile in a tiny bar. Seek out these spots. Bar Nayuta for its alchemy, Hokage for its raw energy, Sokore for its soulful sounds. Wander Hozenji Yokocho and let the lanterns guide you to Yakuzan's okonomiyaki, where the batter's so light it melts on your tongue. Dip into Cinquecento for a 500 yen martini and a chat with locals, who'll treat you like an old friend. This is your invitation to chase the night, to find Osaka's hidden gems and make them your own. Step into the shadows, where the city's true character waits to seduce you. Create memories that linger like the aftertaste of a perfect drink. Bold, bittersweet, and impossible to forget. Osaka's underground is calling. Will you answer?